Hey folks, Quill18 here, and we're back with another episode of Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. And this is a community service announcement to remind you that it is every citizen's final duty to go into the tanks. So last time we got set up, we discovered that we are on an isolated island, and we have just discovered the ability to enter the sea, and we're going to start working on a ship. We're going to expand, we're going to improve this island as much as we can, and probably we're going to plop down a city right here, and we'll probably plop down one more on the end of the continent there. We can put it there with minimal overlap, so that'll be okay. But then it's going to be all ocean going, and maybe some sort of naval invasion, we'll see. Meanwhile, we may as well keep managing the formers a tiny bit. We're going to move you in this direction. Well, I don't know. You know what? We're going to go in. We're going to take away some of this fungus. Okay. Zoloto gold. Oh, two things. Yes, hello. You know what we need? We need a sea former. Where are there? They are. Two things that someone pointed out very, very nicely, awesome information. This base here, which is now known as Baikonur, or Baikonur, I don't know how to pronounce it. This is the name of the place where the Russian rockets, like spaceships, launched from at some point at least. Maybe they still do, maybe not. I didn't actually research it. You guys should Google it, though. So it's like the Russian equivalent of the American Cape Canaveral. So that's really, really awesome. Thanks for that info. The other thing that was pointed out to me is if I click down here, instead of having the sort of descriptive text for the land, I can find out the yield of the land, including with various improvements. So that can help you select exactly what sort of improvements to build. So this former is done here. We're going to move him. Actually, we're going to move him towards the new village as well. I'm going to take away some of this fungus some more.
Complete.
I think we're going to strip all the fungus off of our little
Production complete.
Enter that square. Okay, another colony pod finished, and we are going to stick it. Is there room down here? No. So the last colony pod's going to go over there, and we're definitely going to have this guy stop building colony pods for sure. And probably build a recreations common, because I think I would like those all over. Now I'm a little bit concerned about the fungus over here. We're going to have to more carefully clear that off. We won't be able to build into it immediately.
Production complete.
Provost Zakharov, founder of the University Naval Corps, christens the first combat ship on planet. So no one else has built a combat ship yet. Now, that doesn't mean they don't have naval technology. They might have built formers or a colony ship first, but there we go. Or a transport. A transport may not count either. So I'm actually going to tell this guy to just auto-explore. Is it E? Explore automatically. It is /. He's got the trance ability, so even if he runs into some ocean-going mindworms, he's not going to be in too much trouble. Did he just disappear? Why isn't he? I don't know.
Turn
All right,
complete.
remove that fungus.
Turn complete. Enemy project initiated.
Alright, you can do the human geno project. That doesn't bother me. Okay, seriously, where's the... What are you doing there? Why are you already moved? Oh, maybe you're trying to go into the fungus square. Okay. Alright, that's fine. You can do that. You
Turn complete. Production complete.
No, you're just, I don't know, screwed up or something. There,
Pod
explore.
recovered.
Pod is recovered. Oh, sonar data on the surrounding area. Alright, well that's very cool. And you're probably just going to plant a whole bunch of trees. Yeah, so we can look at this output down here. So, with a farm, we'll go... So right now it's a 1-1-0. A farm, or rather a forest, will give us a 1-2-1. So a net improvement of +2. If we went with a farm and a mine... because it's rolling and moist, we would actually end up with 2-2-0. So also a +2 improvement, which would be perfectly fine. I'm going to go with the forest just because I do like having energy all over. But that wouldn't have been terrible. Assuming that a farm and a mine together do indeed not screw each other up. Actually, you know what? Let's give that a test just so that we know. Go farm mine road. We're going to see if this ends up with a 2-2-0.
Turn complete.
I still would like energy in general, but that one tile won't really make a difference either way. Yeah, you are just going right here.
Terraform complete.
Discovered a sea farming pod from the Unity. Kelp forest has proliferated in this region. Excellent!
Indigenous life forms.
Our unit reports that an Isle of the Deep has surfaced and swallowed the pod. So that is the aquatic version of mine worms, but I'm not too concerned. So yeah, the kelp is basically a waterborne forest and is very good and will spread on its own. Really, really nice stuff to have. And right, that's starting a second transfoil. I think that's okay. Although this place is supporting a lot of forces. Oh, also, last time I mistakenly said that each one of these units that's being supported costs an energy. That's not true. It actually costs a mineral. So the amount of minerals your base has drops with every unit supported. So you build things slower and slower. So it's actually quite painful, quite a bit more than the energy, actually.
Turn complete.
Which we are still... Currently our net income is 4. We really could improve our labs somewhat. I do like the idea of continuing to gain money because I like spending it, but research is better. And yeah, our foil is going to survive that just fine. Gone up to discipline status.
Resources exist to be
even
consumed, and consumed they will be. If not by this generation, then by some future. By what right does this forgotten future seek to deny us our birthright? None, I say. Let us take what is ours, chew and eat our fill. CEO Nwabude K. Morgan, The Ethics of Greed.
Yeah, so he's not much of an environmentalist, Morgan. But he's a fun guy. So this unlocks a secret project, the Merchant Exchange, +1 energy in every square at this base, so wherever you build it. That's pretty good. Also gives us armor for our military units, so now we can build things with slightly better armor. Yeah, show me things. There's going to be a bunch of them. And keep going in this direction. So you can hold for 10 turns. Where's that action? Shift H, just to heal up a little bit. Okay, we're going to send this guy over here right now to start getting rid of that fungus.
Turn complete.
And you as well. You're going to go here. Get out of the fungus.
Turn complete.
What is this? Oh! The Hive built the Nexus the command Nexus. That's
Enemy
okay.
project initiated.
And they're starting another secret project. So they're actually going to have a pretty good military.
Terraform complete.
Okay, and now, this tile is a rocky tile, which means you cannot put a farm on it. So we are going to be forced to go with basically just a mine. Although it's really elevated. So we can't have a mine and solar panels. And a mine would basically give us +1 overall, but a solar panel would give us +2 overall. We're actually going to ignore this square for now. It doesn't need to be improved right yet because there are no nutrients. So it's low priority. I wonder, can you build a farm? Sorry, a forest on this?
Invalid terraform command.
No, okay.
Turn complete.
Oh, I guess yours is fully healed because we're going to get
Turn complete. Enemy project initiated.
So lots of secret projects going on. The Kelp is
Production
expanding.
complete.
Recreation Commons is done. That's good. I think we may build a sea colony pod at this point. Yes, I think so. Start expanding into the ocean. Alright. So it looks like this tile we are going to want a farm and a solar panel. So do that. You are going to wander through here to heal. Wait one more turn. Wait one more turn. Alright, just expand.
Turn complete.
Ooh, we met our first faction. I have Colonel Santiago of the Spartans on Channel 5. Shall I put her through? Yes! Main screen turn on. Well met, Provost Zakharov. I am now called Colonel Santiago, and act as the voice of the Spartans, whose intent is to exercise freely the God-given right to keep and bear arms. God-given, so God and weapons. I don't know. Seems like a strange sentence. I see you and your minions have flourished on this unforgiving world. I have located the settlements of our farmer colleague Miriam, who now styles herself Sister of the Believers, and as far as I can tell spends most of her time pounding on her cherished Bible. Well, that's not a very nice thing to do to the Bible. Oh wait, pounding her. Well, either way. Having now made several attempts to reason with her, I have decided to take action to eliminate this heavily armed menace. If you are willing to provide assistance, I shall speak a pact of brotherhood on this matter. Frankly, we are pretty ethically opposed to Miriam. There's no doubt about it. I don't really like the idea of going to an early war. On the other hand, the idea of having Spartans be our friends, having them be our war dogs, is not terrible. Very well. Provide me with the map data, and we shall begin. Then I, Colonel Santiago of the Spartans, greet you formally as pact brother. Well, you're pact sister, aren't you? Together we shall pursue unfettered research and exercise our rights to keep and bear arms. See, that's our combo right there. May our plans and forces converge to victory. Yes, at least until I don't need you anymore. But your map is going to be nice. Pact brother, I'm now uploading my most recent world map exploration data to your central computer. Excellent. Sister Miriam of the Believers and her Bible-thumping minions have pressed vendetta against me most brutally. I implore you to send assistance, as my back is to the wall. Oh, I was hoping you were, like, sort of winning. Proposal to make, research, name your price. No, she doesn't have any tech for me. It's not really a surprise. Alright, I believe we finished here. Zakharov out. Spartans announced the loss of Hawk of Chiron to the Believers.
Faction eradicated.
The Believers have eradicated the Spartans. Are you fucking kidding me? The turn I meet them and agree to go to war with the Believers is the turn they get obliterated. Apparently Colonel Santiago and her staff have escaped in a colony pod, so they'll be able to reset their empire somewhere else, but they're going to be hopelessly backwards. Instead we got Miriam, the religious freak, over here, who's got a huge freaking continent all to herself. Oh, she's even got a freaking... Wow, he walked on water. She made the first sea colony already. Oh man, this is gonna suck so hard. What did we get ourselves into? Another transfoil. Okay, that's good for exploration. I'm a little concerned about defenses. We could build like a laser foil to go and attack her sea colony or something. That's not a terrible idea. I don't think we need the trans aspect to that one. Let's go into our workshop and just create a foil, laser, synth metal. Yeah, it doesn't need any of that. And done. So now we have a laser foil. We do have to prototype it. And actually this place can't afford it. It's got too many units already. So we will just build an aqua farm. Because the kelp's pretty nearby. I can probably start using it soon. It's going to take forever because its production is terrible right now. Now, we could improve that by dropping out of Democratic, because Democratic is giving us -2 support. So that would give us more free units, which would effectively increase our production everywhere. We would lose out on our growth rate and our efficiency, so we'd lose some science. You know, I think that's a fair thing to do actually right now, just because of the military situation that's going on. Alright, let's drop out of that. In times of war, democracy was the first thing to fall. Okay, you go explore over there. So now, this, yeah, has slightly better. It's one more unit free, so it's boosted its production, well, considerably actually. From 2 to 3, so 50% more production in the city. So yeah, that was probably a worthwhile choice. Keep clearing the focus out. You come in here. You come in here.
Turn complete.
Colonel Santiago of the Spartans sends word that she has signed a treaty of friendship with the Hive. Hello, Miriam. You tire of her vendetta so soon, call it off for nothing more than your humble apology and 100 energy credits. You know what? Fine. That's fine. This was a terrible, terrible mistake. Most prudent. In that case, I'm willing to pledge a blood truce. So pledged, I thank you. I pledge myself, Miriam of the Believers, to blood truce with the university. Be warned, I shall not tolerate collaboration with my mortal enemy, the paranoid Colonel Santiago. Yeah, I'm not going to be collaborating with her anymore either. So her might, Lord's believers, their might is unsurpassed. My might is potent, but that's not quite the same. Damn. I have a proposal to make. What about research? Name your price. You don't have anything because you're an idiot. Yeah, she doesn't trust me anyway, apparently. What is my integrity? My integrity is noble right now, which is pretty good. I don't know if that's like, if I took an integrity hit at all for declaring war. Hopefully not. Yeah, so here's the power meter, as you can see. We are the university here. We're the white bar, which actually makes it really easy to spot us on the map. I always take white as the color in Master of Orion, and that's part of the reason I like the university here, is just the white pops out a lot more on the minimap. I guess you could say that, you know, I think white is the best. I'm kind of a white supremacist. Wait, no, that's not what I mean at all. Moving on. Yeah, so, and look at the rest of the chart here. Come on. There we are. So you can see the believers who are in orange here are far, far higher than everything else. And Santiago's quite low. So the believers are going to be kind of a pain in the ass, especially since they have so much goddamn land. That is really, really annoying. They've got some nice land too. Like, look at all these monoliths over here. So their research tends to suck, but they do have a pretty insane military sometimes. So yeah, we'll do what we can. That's where I want to settle. That might be considered part of our territory. Hopefully not. Hopefully not, because you really won't appreciate it if it is. Whoops. What did I click?
Invalid base site.
Cannot be built on xenofungus. I forgot about that. Okay, well, we'll just have to wait.
Turn complete. Turn complete.
The genetic code does not and cannot specify the nature and position of every capillary in the body or every neuron in the brain. What it can do is describe the underlying fractal pattern which creates them. Academician Prokhor Zakharov, Nonlinear Genetics.
Alright, so this unlocks the research hospital. Increases psych at the base by 25%. So people are happier. And labs at the base by 50%, so your science is a lot better. Reduces number of drones by 1. So what could possibly cause you to have less unhappy people as a result of a research hospital? I mean, you can look at it as maybe just things are good, so everyone's happy. Or maybe it's because we experiment on the drones, and so there are less of them. I don't know.
Turn complete.
Maybe we won't think about it too much, because as I recall, the quote when you build your first research hospital is quite creepy and implies that certain things are not entirely
Turn complete. Production complete.
Nile of the Deep.
Turn complete.
Okay. We should be able to defend it. Yep. There we are. Discipline
Combat
status.
report.
Excellent. Okay, you go over there. We got to remove that fungus.
Turn complete.
Keep doing that.
Turn complete.
Forest expands. Good. Okay, so this tile has gone to a 120. So, and that's with a farm and a mine. Rolling and moist. So, then that definitely shows. I think that the mine gives you a -1. You know what? It's probably in the frickin'. There's probably well, that's Terraforming tour. Mine. No, because I'm sure the mine must reduce the food by 1. Yeah, well. So we're just going to replace that with a forest. Yes, continue.
Turn complete. Turn complete. Project complete.
University base builds the virtual world. It took us forever, but we finally did it. Now, we will probably get a movie here, but I'm expecting it'll play very, very small. It might be hard to see, but you'll still get the sound, I guess. So, alright.
What do I care for your suffering? Pain, even agony, is no more than information before the senses, data fed to the computer of the mind. The lesson is simple. You have received the information. Now act on it. Take control of the input, and you shall become master of the output. Chairman Shen Jiyang, SS on Mind and Matter.
All right. So, there we are. So yeah, now we get a hologram theater everywhere, reducing the drones by 2, increasing psych output of the base by 50%. People are going to be a lot happier. Yeah, we're not the first to get a secret project, but we did all right. Yeah, so that's really, really, really good. And you are going to do what? I would like perhaps another sea colony pod. Expand some more. Spartans announces the loss of commander's keep to the hive. Wow, the Spartans are just having a really, really hard time of it, aren't they? No matter where they go, they're just getting their asses kicked. Hey, we got our first sea former. Awesome. We're going to go over here. And we should just be able to probably put kelp farms everywhere. I expect it's pretty much going to be similar everywhere or something like that. I don't know. We'll just put farms. Farms sound good. And our sea colony pod, which we are going to use to drop a colony, perhaps over here. Now there's going to be a little bit of overlap with this city. I assume these cities can work the water. Yeah, okay. So, I'd like to get that energy on all the kelp. Kind of sucks because we're at the polar caps, basically. Maybe down here. Looks like her territory doesn't expand to this corner, so we can claim it basically from the sea pod. It's not really ideal. You know what, let's just explore down here. We'll find something.
Terraform complete.
I'm going to avoid these pods.
Enemy project initiated.
Therefore, a wise prince will seek means by which his subjects will always, and in every possible condition of things, have need of his government. And then they will always be faithful to him. Niccolo Machiavelli, The Prince, Data Links.
We can start a new politics, which is police state, which will give us +2 support, +2 police, -2 efficiency. So it would help us run a big military, keep our people happy simply by having a police force, but we would not produce a whole lot of energy thanks to the bureaucracy. I'm going to stay out of it, but it's actually not terrible if
Terraform
the need
complete.
presents itself, you know. Yeah, I'll just force that. This is eating up a lot of movement because we're on this.
Indigenous life forms.
Right away. Yeah, that was really sick.
Turn complete.
Looks like that's a good one for solar. Well, it doesn't really matter. Okay, maybe we'll just settle right here, since it's actually going to be relatively safe. Okay, that's done. Now, can we colonize in this corner? The Meier lab. Oh, awesome. Hooray! I'm going to push back the borders a little bit. Get the free scout patrol. We are going to change you for... you know, we need some more sea formers, so we're going to do that. There it is. And the regular former is going to keep clearing
Turn
the fungus.
complete.
And this scout patrol is going to rebase itself. Where did I... There was a thingy. Set home base. There we go. So now it's going to be homed out of Meier Labs, so supporting over here, and of course we do get the free support over here. So we've presumably just cleared some up from somewhere else. Which is
Turn
good.
complete. Terraform complete.
Oh, actually, there's minerals down there. We can move. down
Turn
that one.
complete. Production complete.
Marine Institute. It's our first aquatic city. Yeah, I guess we'll just build a scout patrol. No, sea formers first. And can we hurry?
Insufficient energy.
No, we don't have very much money.
Terraform complete.
And let's keep planting the farm, the sea stuff. Well, with solar, we would go up to 2. Although, you know, we can probably have the solar in the same tile. Maybe not. Build a tile.
Turn complete.
Hercules, which is Alpha Centauri B, is approaching perihelion. For the next 20 years, we expect native life activity to increase dramatically. Oh, that's not going to be highly convenient.
Terraform complete.
Newsflash, Chairman Yang has authorized secret project, the Merchant Exchange.
Production complete.
Okay, you keep doing your thing. You do your thing, which is going to be the mine and road. There we go, sea colony pod over here, it's good. Yeah, may as well just keep expanding for now. What the hell? Oh, there's actually going to be some good stuff over here. A couple energy tiles. Yeah, we'll claim that. This looks pretty good.
Turn complete.
Forced expansions, always
Terraform
nice.
complete. Turn complete.
Man's unfailing capacity to believe what he prefers to be true, rather than what the evidence shows to be likely and possible, has always astounded me. We long for a caring universe which will save us from our childish mistakes, and in the face of mountains of evidence to the contrary, we will pin all our hopes on the slimmest of doubts. God has not been proven not to exist. Therefore, he must exist. Academician Prokhor Zakharov, for I have tasted the fruit.
It's a pretty good quote. So this unlocks the Citizens Defense Force, which is a secret project that gives us a perimeter defense at every base. We also get 2 unit upgrades. High Morale, which starts your unit with +1 morale, which makes it more effective in combat, and especially against psi combat, and then a non-lethal method, which makes your military unit stationed in the city count as double for purposes of keeping the drones under control. So that's good. Alright, we can probably just automate these guys, frankly. I don't know. I don't trust them. Mostly I want lots of food, so I'm going to tell them to do that, I guess. And you...
Invalid base site.
Oh, cannot build on the fungus. We could just shift you over 1 tile. I really like this spot, though. Okay, hold tight. We're going to send this guy over there.
Turn complete.
Planet's primary, Alpha Centauri A, blasts unimaginable quantities of energy into space each instant, and virtually every joule of it is wasted entirely. Incomprehensible riches can be ours if we but stretch our arms wide enough to dip from this eternal river of wealth. CEO Nwabuda K. Morgan, the Centauri Monopoly.
So we finish our aqua farm. Can we get... Can't get info on it from here. I don't remember what it does. I think it gives you extra nutrients from kelp tiles, which we don't have any yet, but the thing should spread. We'll probably have to get rid of the fungus, but it'll start to happen pretty quick. We are supporting a good number of things here, so maybe we should just build buildings. I mean, buildings do have upkeep, but... Biology lab for research hospital for labs and psych, all very, very good. Could look at building a wonder. Now, a lot of these are already being built, so we'll probably just miss out on them. The Human Genome Project would actually be really nice, but if we're going to build it anywhere, it's probably not ideally here, frankly. Just build a biology lab, it'll be fine. Can't cycle during upkeep. What's got... Oops. This place has got amazing production, actually. Well, actually, Zarya's not bad either. We could queue up 34 turns. Still quite long, actually, but we could queue that up here. Why is it so good? Oh, because it's not supporting anything. Oh, it's also unguarded. Nah, that's no good. Let's, actually, let's design... Can we not design from here? I guess not. Let's design a police unit. Infantry... Yeah, the cheapest weapons are fine, because it's not really going to be doing that. I do like to have slightly higher armor, and then give them non-lethal methods. Police squad. And this place here, yeah, we were going to queue those up. Where were they? Police synth metal garrison. Because it is our first synth metal unit, it's going to be a prototype. It'll cost 50% more. I think they start with more experience, though, so that's okay. And then queue up a children's creche. Actually, hold on. Insert a recycling tank, the children's creche. You can probably skip the recreation common for now, frankly. Okay, and then go in there. So that'll be a lot for this place to build. Good, that is improved. Actually, we'll
Turn complete. Production complete.
Forced expansion. Okay, this one is mostly healed.
Turn complete.
Forest expands.
Production complete.
Okay, you get rid of the fungus. Another sea colony pod. You need a synth metal garrison. And anything else I should queue up here? We'll put a biology lab in here as well. And then you can probably go back to making like sea colony pods. And then a sea former. And then we'll figure out what we want to do after that. So we're going to send you up here. No, why didn't I settle over here? This is actually a decent spot. I don't remember. Okay, scout patrol. Oh, we don't want you to keep doing that. Hate how they keep repeating that. Well, they do that in all the games. I just lose track of it. You can build things pretty quick too. Merchant exchange actually wouldn't be terrible. I can't remember if you fail to complete it, if you get the gold, or maybe the production stays in queue and you can just switch from one to the other. You might lose some, but I suppose we can start working on one. We didn't actually start on the human project.
Initiated.
So let's do that. You are already well guarded. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's a gunfoil, which is stuck in my goddamn cities. Why do they do that? There's some sort of glitch definitely that goes on there. I don't understand. Sea formers. Right. You keep improving here. And you, I don't know what we're going to do with you. Alright, we got a bunch of extra units just kicking around doing nothing. We could probably disband them, frankly. Just save on upkeep, because everyone's got a guard. We would have to build a transport to move them out. That is one thing I really like about Civ 5, the ability of your units to embark. It's so sexy. You know what? Yeah, we are just going to disband you. Yep, confirmed. Activate self-destruct overload mechanism? No.
Turn complete.
Just disband. And you as well. I mean, I could have just moved them down here instead of building the synth metal garrison, but I actually think it's a good idea to build those. Better armor. I could have upgraded, I suppose, but I don't know. Yeah, probably that I should have done that, but it's okay. We'll just have it build where I need it. And then build that. Okay, you go out and actually explore. Don't just sit around.
Turn complete.
And someone completed the Human Genome Project. Okay, I figured that would happen.
Enemy project initiated.
And everyone's switching
New orders needed.
their projects, so we will do the same. We will switch probably to the Merchant Exchange. Weather Paradigm's pretty good too, because you do a lot of terraforming, actually. You know, that's probably
Project
not bad.
initiated.
Let's give that a try. And you can maybe a little north. More land up here.
Indigenous life
Of course.
form. Turn complete.
Weather paradigm is nearing a major breakthrough, so it's just about done. So we're going to get beat to that. That's alright.
Combat
Our
report.
first challenge is to create an entire economic infrastructure
I like this quote.
from top to bottom out of whole cloth. No gradual evolution from previous economic systems is possible because there is no previous economic system. Each interdependent piece must be materialized simultaneously and in perfect working order. Otherwise, the system will crash out before it ever gets off the ground. CEO Nwabuda K. Morgan, the Centauri Monopoly.
Makes sense. This gives us energy banks, 50% more economy at a base, which is not bad actually for us. Also opens up free market, which gives you a huge penalty to police because people want, you know, it's just this absolute freedom. And what would the police penalty do? 2 extra drones for each military unit away from territory. Yes, they don't like war. War is bad for business. This wouldn't be terrible for us. It is like horrible, wanton ecological disruption. But you do get lots and lots of energy. We're going to leave it off, though. That's fine. Okay, I guess we're probably going to have to put this guy in a city to heal, but we're going to build a city right here. So, Marine Biology Lab. Excellent. And, no, build this first. And then you can build a Seaformer, followed by all this good stuff. Aqua Farm.
Terraform complete.
And just keep expanding. University base is shrinking because we keep building colony pods, which is okay, that's just the way it works. Maybe we'll take a break from that and build an energy bank. Whoops. And a... Come on, scroll. Biology lab. Ah, come on. Biology lab. Research hospital. Aqua farm. Okay. And you we will send way over this way. And you're gonna go
Turn
here and
complete.
rest. Ah, the weather paradigm is done.
Enemy project initiated.
And people are moving over to the merchant exchange,
New orders needed.
which is probably what I'd pick next, but that also means I'll never get it. You know, the Empath Guild. Let's just go for that.
Project initiated.
This is not bad. Okay, you heal. You remove fungus.
Terraform complete.
So who's H? Oh, the Hive. The Hive is pulling ahead now quite a bit. The Believers are falling behind again. Their expansion's not really keeping pace. They also have... Well, we don't know actually because our map might not be up to date. But their science also sucks, so they might be falling away that way. Oceanographic Lab. Found it there, and we're going to start with synth metal, and then a former, followed by children's creche, aqua farm, and research places. Because why not? Okay, I'm probably going to start automating these formers any second now. Okay, we can now build our Hydrothermal Institute. Excellent. And we're going to do the same thing. Aqua farm, science. Monies, sure. And yeah, let's what are the different terraforming actions we could do? Probably just fully automate is going to be fine, especially the ocean ones. They might not build the ideal improvements, but it's not really going to matter.
Turn
We can
complete.
accelerate things a little bit. And now, one thing I should check is the automation preferences. Farmers can plant forest, can build everything, including sensors. I don't care. I'll build sensors manually. Is there no way to tell it not to replace things? I guess not. So the farmers may end up doing that over and over. I have no idea. Alright, we'll be okay. Am I just hitting A then? Shift A. Alright, fully automated.
Turn
Go.
complete. Production complete.
University engineers construct their first vehicle prototype. Hooray!
Production
Definitely
complete.
complete that. Okay, and we get a first, yeah, our synth